I mean, how can you just
okay, Swapan Dasgupta,
the things you have written?
Swapan Dasgupta, but isn't this issue in danger of becoming shrouded in politics? We saw the BJP, for example, ask for security for Taslima Nasreen when she was being hounded in Kolkata. We saw the BJP protest strongly that the government is not doing enough for Taslima Nasreen to protect her when she was living in India. But on the other hand, we don't hear the BJP, for example, raise its voice against the kind of cases that have been filed against MF Hussain and that has caused MF Hussain to go to Qatar. So, is it necessary to condemn both intolerances in the same breath?
Well, as far as the questions about what the particular position the BJP has taken, I suggest, Shagarika, you should have invited a BJP spokesman to come and speak for him. I cannot do that. As far as I can see, that the only real offence which has been committed in the state of Karnataka is a copyright violation. That there was an unauthorized translation of Taslima Nasreen, which she was never consulted, and we don't know how accurate or inaccurate the translation may have been. But as far as the larger substantive question of the criticism of the burqa tradition, I don't think that constitutes blasphemy. I mean, the critique of burqa has been made by various people all over the world. I think the French have taken a very rather strident public stand against it, but individuals all over the world have taken positions against it. And I think even Muslim women themselves have critiqued it. So there's nothing particularly blasphemous.
Let me get Assaduddin Owaisi in here.
Assaduddin Owaisi. Hang on, Shagarika. The point is that today, when you're talking about freedom of expression and religious sentiments, I think what is happening really is that the definition of religious sentiments is being consistently narrowed, and the arbiter of the arbiter of what constitute religious sentiments is being decided by people who, if I may say so, are particularly narrow-minded. I think the arrest of the rationalists in Hyderabad or was it somewhere in Andhra Pradesh personifies the act of intolerance just because they published articles, reprints really, on the Rushdie affair and on some of the other Taslima's things. Now that, to my mind, constitutes automatic debate. You may or may not agree with them, but their right to actually say so, I don't think we should circumscribe them and have them arrested.
Let me ask you the question I was asking originally. As a columnist, where would you stand on the actions that have been taken against MF Hussain? Do you think MF Hussain has the right to paint what he wants to paint?
I personally believe that Mr. Hussain has been rather unfairly targeted. I personally am not in favor of some of those paintings, but to go to the extreme of hounding him or harassing him through court cases is something which I think is absolutely repugnant. And I think that also epitomizes the constant narrowing of the boundaries of what constitutes acceptable and unacceptable. I think we all agree that there is no complete license of free speech and expression. And I think we also agree that in India, the right to offend is rather limited. But if we keep narrowing it, and I think if you look, I'll just give you one example.
Okay, Chopin, hold that thought. Hold that thought. We're getting some breaking. Hold that thought, Chopin. We're getting some breaking news in actually that the office of the Kannada Prabha in Mangalore has been burnt down. It has been attacked and burnt down. We have the Karnataka Home Minister V.S. Acharya online. Sir, can you give us some more details about this attack on the Kannada Prabha office?
Yeah, some 15 minutes back, I got a phone from some of the people there, and thereafter from my office, SP's office, that there has been some minor incident around this one. I asked them to take all care. They said, so that is all the information I have. I am sure they'll take all preventive precautionary action.
We understand the entire office has been burned down, sir. That's what we're hearing.
No, that I do not have information about that one.
I see. Well, thanks very much and for sharing those sketchy details. Shobhan, I'm very sorry you were saying. I mean, we have a report there just coming in.
I just want to give one small example. You know, in the 1930s, Catherine Mayo wrote Mother India, which Gandhi described as a gutter inspector's report, and which a lot of Indians felt was absolutely deeply offensive to everything India stood for. But I never saw at that time, or neither do I know any agitation for banning that book.
Okay. Let me get you in here, Amir Raza
I
Hussain.
think you will notice.
Let me get you in here. Why should criticizing burqa be blasphemous?
No, it's not criticizing burqa that is blasphemous. We all support freedom of expression. We all support freedom of speech. But freedom of speech ends where blasphemy starts, where defamation starts, where spite starts. Now, as far as Taslima Nasreen has, Swapan has said that there's a critique of burqa being done every week by all kinds of people all over the world, which is
But a number of feminists have written very strongly against the burqa.
Absolutely. We are not here to discuss the burqa. The problem is what Taslima Nasreen has written in her article, which I've just read, is not blasphemous, it's spiteful. She has misquoted sources which are very sketchy.
It's provocative.
It is provocative. Not only is it provocative, it is not factually correct.
Okay.
It's not factually correct.
Okay.
You see, if it was insulting, if it was provocative, if it was correct, then one would have to lump it. But because it's incorrect, it's taken from sources which are not absolutely regarded as top draw, and